Team 13 forecast.
Hot weather out there today, and we should do that again tomorrow. Temperatures really warm even along our coastal areas thanks to that north wind helping to pin that sea breeze to the coast, or at least downtown here. You can see the wind off of the water out of the north at the airport with 95 degrees being reported. But check that out. Dew point sitting at 72, which means our temperatures actually feeling relatively close to the actual surface temperature. 95 feeling like 96, 95 feeling like 103. So while it is hot, we're not getting the heat advisory type of heat because we just don't have as much moisture in the air as we have had during other parts and times of this summer. As we check out that north wind also pinning the sea breeze, which you can see now working up to the north side of the base. We have that northeast wind also populating some showers and storms along the Forgotten Coastline. That's really where the activity has been. That's thanks to that sea breeze working off of Franklin and Southern Gulf and off to the north and west. That interacts with the sea breeze along our coastline of the Emerald Coast, and as that works inland where they cross-sect, that's where we typically see the thunderstorms pop up, and that's exactly what we have going on out there at the moment. As we go through the day tomorrow, we'll see that northeast wind holding strong as Aaron works up the eastern seaboard. We should continue to climb back up to the low to mid 90s for those daytime highs. Similar setup for your Wednesday as well. We're going to have a trough boundary start to come in. I don't think we're going to populate rain chances quite that much, but that front is going to start to come down and wedge in some moisture. We'll also see our wind flip to back out of the south and west. If you are headed out and about in the sun tomorrow, 5 to 10 minutes with a very high UV index. Pollen count back in the moderate category with the drier conditions we've had. Grasses, chenopod's, and ragweed with our air quality at 32 today. As we look forward, you can see that high pressure ridge in control this week across the Gulf, as well as that boundary coming in. That's helping to slide Aaron out to sea and force some moisture back in for us as we go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that is good news because we certainly have dried out in a lot of locations over the last couple of days. We could use some rain. We could use some cooler air. We're not quite there just yet, but you can see signs of fall, at least well off to our north as that cooler air starts to work its way into the Ohio River Valley. It won't be too much longer that we start to see cold fronts make their way all the way down into the deep south. You still have to typically wait until October before we get there. And of course, we've got plenty of hurricane season left to go before we do get to October. Hurricane Aaron, now a Category 4, briefly worked up to a Cat 5, went through an eyewall replacement cycle and dropped to a Category 3. Still expected to move well away from the U.S. coastline. It is going to be close enough for rip currents and large waves out on the Outer Banks. They've even issued mandatory evacuations for areas around Hatteras because Highway 12 is expected to be flooded. For us, no issues there, but more heat and humidity over the next couple of days. At least those temperatures feeling relatively close to the actual temperatures. However, if you are out and about outside, I did notice for the first time today, maybe all summer, a yellow fly. And you said that you had some issues with mosquitoes over the weekend.
Mosquitoes, yes. All of a sudden, I'm noticing all these mosquito bites today.
Well, we haven't had a lot of rain sitting down, so I'm curious as to where those are populating.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure, but thanks, Ross.